What's going on, YouTube? Oh man, I'm excited. I've been waiting so long for this package to arrive and other pieces, but I definitely want to get into this. It is the Dasaita 10.2-inch Android Vivid 10 head unit for the Nissan Rogue. I believe that you can install this on Nissan Rogues from 2014 to about 2021. Why am I doing this? Because I don't have Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. So right now, this is a big upgrade, and there's a lot of perks to having this head unit installed in your vehicle. I'm going to get into those details in another video, but today I'm excited because there is no US version of installation for this product. And the one video that I did find that the guy speaking English, from my understanding, Dasaita, if you tell them your YouTube personality or you got a YouTube channel, and you do reviews, they send you everything. Okay, they send you every single thing that you need for you to do a review or installation, and from there you basically have to learn off of these videos. I have not found a video yet that someone takes their time and explains it on a Nissan Rogue, so I'm gonna do that. All the other videos are either in another language or they're confusing, so I'm gonna try to break it down as best as I can. So we are here, and enough of me. I'm gonna get into the materials and the build. So here we go. All right. So I'm gonna get into all the material we're gonna need. This is for my Dasaita 10.2-inch Android Vivid 10 head unit. It is the newest head unit that they have available. This is gonna run you about, the cost is gonna be almost $500 to your house if you order it directly from them. If you order it from Amazon, it will be about $523. I think going the Amazon route is the best way. I'll get into that in a whole nother video. So these are the materials you're going to be needing. You're going to need needle nose pliers, the tiny ones. You're going to need electrical tape. You're going to need a 5/16 or 8 millimeter wrench, or a 5/16 wrench. You're going to need a Phillips screwdriver, magnetic or non-magnetic Phillips screwdriver, but make sure you got some magnets with you. I'll explain that later. You're gonna need some trim tools. This is to pry all the stuff out of your vehicle. This is for the trim pieces which you're gonna be popping out. This cable here, if you have GPS in your Nissan Rogue, if you have GPS in your Nissan Rogue, this is a FACRA Z cable to coaxial. This is a very, very, very important wire if you have GPS. If you do not have GPS, don't worry about this cable, because they actually give you everything you need for your head unit, but you're going to be running some wires. Okay, this is very important if you have GPS already in your vehicle. Okay, they do not send you this unless you specifically let them know that you need it. Then they will sell it to, I believe they will sell it to you apart, or maybe they'll give it to you. I noticed that everyone who has done a review on this in Italian or like European, and I believe some American reviewers that actually are not installing it into a vehicle, they do provide them with this cable, but this cable is very, very important. It took a while for it to come, just because of everything that's going on right now. But I got it. This is a very important cable. This cable right here. You pretty much, if you have GPS already in your vehicle and you don't want to use their wiring, this will make or break you. Okay. You definitely need a washer. Flathead screwdrivers, like a tiny screwdriver set, you will need, because you're gonna be like bending some stuff back, and this will come in handy. Like I said, this is pretty much all the tools that you will need. If you do need anything else, I will get into it in the video, but these are all the tools that you will need for the proper installation without having a headache. Okay, so now I'm gonna get into the unboxing. If you have this at home, these are like little screwdrivers. They use them for watch repair, to repair jewelry, electrical, and things like that. If you can get your hands on these, they would definitely come in handy. It's the smallest one. I do not know what size this is, but you know, if you can get this is gonna help you a lot, and a nice thumbnail will be good as well. I'm gonna explain that later. Thanks. All right, so this is my head unit. This is my Vivid 10 Dasaita head unit, Android head unit. There is my model number, and it has a CB008, I believe, wiring harness. In here, in this packet, usually there's that Fakra C cable in there. This is usually in here for when they give it to the I guess the YouTube reviewers. This is usually there. This wire is a big headache if you have GPS in your car already. This is a big headache. If you don't have this wire, it's just, without this wire you won't be able to install the head unit, unless you want to use their wiring. I don't want to use their wiring. I'll explain that later on. But this is the instruction manual that it comes with. I'm gonna let you know right now, it does not give you install. It doesn't give you step-by-step install instructions, installation instructions, but it definitely gives you it gives you a diagram. It definitely gives you tips. It gives you Q&A. One thing to invest in. So I'm gonna let you guys know right now. This head unit right now is 4 gigs of RAM, I believe. It's 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of ROM, or the other way around. The memory is expandable, but the RAM is not. That's why I purchased this. You can expand it to 128 gigs. Now, why would I want 128 gigs? I'm going to let you know right now. Once you start messing around with this thing, you're going to want to put videos in it. You're going to want to put music. You're going to want to put a whole bunch of stuff. Sometimes some people might want to install games. It all depends on who you are. So I would just put this in there. You can format the card while it's inside the unit. I'll get into that in when I do the review and the in-depth video. But I invested in the... I read it. This to me was like the better processor micro SD card that I could find. So let me get that out of the way. So they have Q&A. They do give you a wiring diagram. They give you another wiring diagram that's pictures. There is troubleshooting tips in the back, but other than that, everything else is, once you have the unit installed, it goes over connecting navigation, the music, Bluetooth, radio, and the versions, right? Since this is the Vivid, they have not updated the booklet yet, but this just lets you know the RAM and ROM. So this is the last one they came out with, which was the Max 10. This is the newest one, which is the Vivid. This is definitely an upgrade to the Max 10. If you have a Max 10, you can definitely download the firmware to update it to the Vivid. But this unit is updated. I'm gonna point that out. But one very important thing that they do tell you here, and this is pretty much the only installation guide that you have. It's about 1 page. It tells you here to take off the negative prong on your battery, so that you don't get short-circuited. All right, that's about it. Other than that, this manual's useless. That's why I am doing this video today, to give you guys an in-depth installation instructions to this unit. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna start unboxing. All right. So comes with an external microphone. This head unit already comes with the microphone built into it. So if you want to use this, you could go ahead and install it. Like I said, you're going to be running cables. So that's totally up to you what you want to do. Like I said, you're going to be running some cables once you start using like these accessories. But this is the external mic. There is an input for it in the head unit. I'm not going to be using this, so I'm going to put this to the side. Before I do that, I just want to show you the actual head unit. So be careful not to bang it around like I did. So this is your 10.2-inch screen. Volume up, volume down, GPS, music, apps. See the mic? That's the mic there. There's also a reset button. This is the back of the unit. And these are all the ports to connect. To be able to connect all this stuff. Look, it has the HDMI out. This is why I said that this is the updated unit. Here, that's the expandable memory. Like I said, there's a CPX6. I'm gonna go into the build real quick. You definitely need a microfiber cloth. Being that this is covered, I'm not gonna use it right now, but you need a microfiber cloth for the inside of your vehicle and for the inside of your vehicle. Because you will scratch this unit up. Well, yeah, you get a lot of wiring here. You get the 2 USBs. This will be to update the system. This has Android. It's Android Auto compatible, not Apple CarPlay. Has the auxiliary line. This you could be used if you need to attach anything else to the system, like a DAB antenna or any other type of antennas. I believe that this is what you would use these for. They're expandable. This wire here, which I'm going to be using, is for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. You cannot use Apple CarPlay on these, but you can use it on this one. Why? It's specifically made for it. So that's that. You get your Wi-Fi antenna. You got your wires for your subwoofer and amps and everything else, and your front-facing camera. I'm not going to be using this today. I'm going to be putting this to the side. You get a whole wiring harness. This is a CB008 harness. I noticed that on my vehicle I won't be using this part, which is the Nissan high power cable. I most definitely won't be using the USB connector for your existing USB in the vehicle. This would connect into either this dual USB or the single USB, which supports Android Auto and CarPlay. This is what I'm going to be using, so I'm just going to go ahead and connect it. You can connect whatever you want, either to the dual or this. I'm going to be using this because I'm actually putting this to my existing USB port in the vehicle. That way, if anybody needs to plug into my vehicle, they could just plug in and the Android Auto and the CarPlay would work. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into this plug and play situation. All right, so we're gonna start connecting some of these lines together. All right, so these harnesses here, there's a Nissan high powered cable, which I connected to the CAN bus for vibration. That's the CAN bus system, which helps the system out for like reverse imaging and things like that. I think it helps communicate with the system to where nothing gets confused. That high powered system comes with these 3 cables that I will not be using, so later on I'm going to be taping them up. They're probably going to be taped up either there, or we're going to find somewhere to tape them up where they're actually not in the way, but more than likely they're going to be taped up here. This cable here, F1 and F2, it says on one of the connectors that if the system doesn't power on, to plug in F2 with F1, with the F. So right now I'm gonna leave that. I'm not gonna tape any of this stuff. That's why I said get the black tape ready, because the electrical tape ready, because you're gonna be taping quite a lot of stuff. I've already connected the GPS adapter using my 5/16 or 8mm wrench. You want to tighten it, but not too tight. Same thing with the Wi-Fi antenna. I put the Wi-Fi antenna in there in the coaxial. I tightened it. You want to tighten it, but not too tight. I inserted the the 64 gig memory card, which is empty. This just to expand the memory. Remember I told you about the nail. This is where the nail comes in handy, because you gotta push this in there. Oh, you see I inserted it the wrong way. It says to pay attention. Okay, here we go. Boom. That's what that little nail comes in handy for. There's an HDMI out port. There's the antenna plug, and there's a fuse here, I guess, in case the system blows out. In case the system blows out, I guess. This is the antenna for the radio, and that's what this is for. This also, I believe, is to, you connect the antenna there, and then this obviously sends the signal to the vehicle to be able to get FM AM radio. There is a ground here. I'm going to be connecting to the vehicle. I'll show you that later. These 2 harnesses here are the ones that are going to connect to my vehicle to the existing harnesses. There is this brown plug here with the auxiliary camera, the camera aux right in, aux left in, camera in, and video audio in. I mean auxiliary video in. This one here is, I believe, is for like another screen or another camera. I'm not too sure, so I'm not gonna mess with that. But what you pretty much are gonna do is camera in, that's for the 360 camera, left, right, boom. I'm not gonna tape these up just yet. I'm gonna make sure that that they actually work before I start taping things. So that's that part of the harness. Like I said, this goes into the vehicle. These 3 wires here that are connected to the high power port, as I said, I'm gonna be either taping them like this later, along with the unused wire. I'm probably gonna end up taping it. I'm gonna end up taping this here with these. After I tape these individually, I'm gonna tape this one on there, and then these I'm gonna fold back and probably tape them on the canvas, on the high powered piece. You don't want to get too bulky, because remember, you got to fit this back into the vehicle. All these other wires, they seem soldered pretty well, so I'm not gonna mess with them. They have the covers, but this is like a park. I believe that's for self park. This is for, I believe, auto start. I'm not too sure about the key 1, key 2, and this I'm gonna leave it alone, because there's obviously nothing for me to do with that right now. These 2 are the tricky ones, right? So the F1 wire runs into the high powered Nissan plug, but it is split, and then it goes into this harness here, and then this F2 comes from this harness here, harness plug, and it's not plugged into anything. So I'm not gonna mess with this right now. I'm not gonna tape it up either. I'm gonna wait till I get all of this in the vehicle, and then I'm gonna go from there. So now like I said, I'm gonna connect this one cable with my car's existing USB, because it's already pre-built for Android Auto and Android CarPlay, in case somebody wants to plug into my vehicle. You know, if I'm driving and they just want to plug in and give me directions, whatever the case may be, boom, that's what this is going to be for. So I'm going to start plugging all this in little by little. If I'm quiet, I apologize, but I'm figuring this out as I go with you guys. Look at the shape of the plug before you start plugging it in. So I see the shape here. It looks, and it has 4 prongs, so I'm gonna go for this right here, and boom, that clicked in. I'm pulling, it's not coming out. Let me put that to the side there. This is the antenna. I'm gonna go ahead and plug that in. Let me just bend these back a little bit, just so we get a good click in there. All right. So that's for the antenna. Boom, that's a nice and tight fit. This is gonna connect to the radio antenna port of the vehicle, so I'm not gonna mess with that. Let me see. So this here is gonna connect to the this port over here. I believe this sends all the power to the unit. So we're gonna, boom, you hear that click, doesn't come out. Like I said, these two are going to attach to the vehicle, so I'm not worried about that right now. This is going to attach to the GPS in the vehicle, so I'm not worried about that right now. We would just want to familiarize ourselves with the actual wiring. So these are going to go into the vehicle. This is the FACRA C cable to GPS. These are going to be going to the existing harnesses in the vehicle, which power up the screen and everything else, the USBs and stuff like that. Like I said, this cable here, if the unit doesn't turn on, I know that this is installed incorrectly, so I'm going to be removing this and plugging this in, and bam. And then these 3 wires I'm going to leave alone because it never said anything about wiring or soldering or anything like that, so I'm going to leave that alone. That's the canvas along with the I wonder if I should have flipped that. It would have been flatter. But anyway, this is going to hold so that, you know, when you're driving, nothing's rattling. I'm going to probably be taping these together and then taping them up here later on. And that's pretty much it. There's more things to plug in, so I'm going to go ahead and plug these things in. So this is, and you kind of want to, you don't want to yank the cables, but you want to work with them to where they're gonna, you know, move to your liking, you know, but you don't want to like yank them so you don't rip them out. But it's like braiding. You're gonna be braiding. You're gonna be braiding with these cables. So kind of want to move everything around as you want. Don't forget about this ground. This ground is going to be connected later on, so I'm going to keep this more to the left. It'll be your right when you're plugging it into the vehicle, but this is the ground. This is going to be attached to one of the screws there. All right, so I'm looking at this. It has 8 prongs and a little bit. So boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. It's gonna go up here right under the Wi-Fi antenna. Boom, you heard that click. Bam. All right, that's that part. Now comes this USB here. I do want to connect it because, like I said, and I'm gonna run it. I don't know where I'm gonna run it, but I'm gonna plug it in now because I definitely want to use it. And I'm identifying a port which I can actually put this in, and from what it looks like, I can get that in right here. Don't want to force it. I'm looking other places. It's not gonna plug in there. This has 10. That's 5 and 5. There's 2 5 and 5 ports here. But I see this one has like a dip and this one doesn't. So this one does have a groove. That one has a groove too. I think that this is gonna go in here in the second one. Yep. That clicked, but I want to show you guys how I found that out. See here, there's like a little line in there. There's a little dip. There's a little dip right there. So right there is like a little dip, and I'm following that. I'm gonna plug this bad boy in right there. Blot out, and it clicked. Boom, we're good. Golden. All right, why do I feel like I'm missing stuff? So far that's that, all that stuff. I don't see anything else I would be plugging into this unit. This RCA cable stuff, I really don't. I think that this would be plugging into that. I think this is for like, I don't know what it is for, but I'm not gonna mess with that because I have nothing in the car that's gonna plug into it. This is for the subwoofer. I'm not gonna be messing with that. I think that once you plug it in the subwoofer and things like that, This is where this comes in. Like there's a, this is for the subwoofer. Then, like I said, this attaches to the harness for the RCA. Like, I got nothing to do with that. This is the GPS and microphone, which I'm not going to be using. The microphone will obviously attach right above the Wi-Fi. Nope. Honestly, look, I do not know. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, so you see here, this is where the existing the microphone. I thought this was an auxiliary port. So this 3.5 millimeter input, 330, whatever it is. Anyway, this plugs into here, which gives power to the microphone. I'm not using this microphone. This GPS antenna would have attached to here where it says GPS. And from there, you will have to run this and like put it like on the front of your vehicle or somewhere like on the windshield so that you can get GPS signal. I'm not going to mess with that. This HDMI out is if you have screens in the back of your car, you would run those lines accordingly. So I'm going to go ahead and put these things away. This bad boy can go away, and keep your black tape handy. Now I got to go to the vehicle to show you guys how to do that. All right, guys, it's freezing, so I'm going to get right into this. Please don't judge my car. It is not the cleanest. It's wintertime here in New York, and a lot of salt, a lot of dirt. So the trim pieces, this is where they start coming in handy. First of all, over here on the right passenger side, you're going to take this piece of trim off. Boom, boom. This little panel is going to come out. So you're going to start down here. Please be careful, because you will do dumb shit like that if you're not careful. So boom, pop it out, pop it out, pop it out. Boom, we get rid of that. 1 second. Boom, so that comes out. Once you do that, there's going to be a Phillips screw attached to this little vent. There's going to be a Phillips screw just like that, and it's going to be attached right there. You want to get your, I'm sorry, did I not bring that thing down? Oh, they're in my right pocket. You want to get your Phillips screwdriver. Okay, sorry guys. You want to get your Phillips screwdriver. You want to remove that screw. Just letting you know what the screw looks like. Remember how I said get a magnetic screwdriver? Because these things will fall and go all over the place. So boom, once you get that out, now I can close my door. Once you get that out, you'll be able to pop this. There's gonna be 2 pieces. You're gonna pop this out with the trim piece. This is gonna come off. I see people get it off in one shot. That's fine, but just know that there's clips on this piece too. So boom, that piece comes out, right? Then you're gonna come in and you're gonna pry this out as well. You might have to use a little force. Then this is gonna come out. Bam, right? Let me remove this real quick. This is gonna come out. Jesus. Excuse me. You gotta just like, but you get in there with this, and it'll get it out. You just gotta, you know, mess around with it, but it'll eventually all come out. Boom, got it out. You get that off the floor, right? Sorry guys. Once that comes out, this piece is going to be attached. Every car is different. Mine happens to have a Mondo one. So what you want to do is you get your trim pieces again. Boom, boom, boom. You know, you work around it. Pop, pop, pop. You pry that out. Boom. Once that is out, then you can move on. Then you can move on. There's going to be a screw right here. Okay. You get your magnetic screwdriver, okay, and you start taking that screw out, okay. Once you got that screw out, be very careful, because I had this screw already fall on me, and I had to get those magnets. That's why I told you to get those magnets. I had to get those magnets and get it out. It was weird. But boom, there's going to be one screw here on the right-hand side, right? Once you get that screw off, over here, the unit is going to be attached, obviously, like this, right? Once you get that screw out, right, you're going to move down here, right here, right under the tune, or up by the, on the right side of the where the air conditioning and heating unit is. You're going to come here with a pry tool. Doesn't matter which one, whichever one you feel is comfortable. You're going to start popping this out, right? There's a lip under here, okay? There's a lip under here, okay? Which, once you start prying this here, it's going to make enough of a gap for you to get the pry tool under and start popping this out. Popping it out, boom, it's going to pop, right? You're going to loosen this out. You're going to hear like clips pop. You're going to come up here to the top. You're going to start prying here on top. You're going to pry on the left. That's going to pop this out, but not all the way. Then with your hand, you're either going to come on the left side of it, or with this pry tool, you're going to come to the bottom and find the crease and pop that out. Boom. Once that pops out, you'll be able to pop the whole unit out. The unit is going to come down. Remember how I said bring your microfiber cloth? This is where you keep from scratching the good stuff. Once this comes out, you can let it hang. I don't suggest that you start pressing the ignition button. Now, you can separate it if you want. I'm not going to, but you can separate it. There are buttons there that you can hit and clips and take it off. That way you don't accidentally hit the starter. You don't want to short circuit anything. Right now I'm doing it with the battery still attached because I forgot my wrench. But you're supposed to pop your hood and remove the negative prong to your battery, okay? When you get this out, okay, this is going to come down. You're going to want to remove this unit, okay, because you're going to be bringing this upstairs, okay? First of all, there is little clips here. See, I told you you're going to need your nail. There's little clips. Boom, that one comes out. Then you just keep looking. There's another one here. On the bottom of it, boom, that comes out. That cable and that cable, they come out of these two inputs. These two cables come out. You gotta just press them. Boom, boom, right? Okay, so we got that part. This is gonna come upstairs with you. This you're gonna be taking apart. All right. Once you remove these two screws, going to be a third screw right there. You're going to get that screw out. So you're going to have a total of 4 screws that come out of the unit. One here, one right there, one to the left, one up top. Now we could get this head unit out. Now we're ready to take the head unit out and get upstairs and get to work. All right. So, boom. You wanna pry this unit out. So what you want to do is find where you can actually get a trim piece and start popping this out. With your hands, you'll probably be able to pop this stuff out. It's gonna sound loud, it's gonna sound crazy, but you'll be all right. Now what you want to do is you want to pull this unit out. It's a little cold over here, so these wires are like freezing. You want to pull this unit out, and once you pull the unit out, there's going to be a bunch of wires, and you want to start popping the wires out. It's going to be about 6 of them. So Boom, head unit out, right? Then you're left with these 6 wires hanging. I'm gonna count them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is for the top of the head unit. These are the 6 wires. All right, now we can go upstairs and mess around with this stuff. All right, guys, when you get upstairs, there's gonna be things that you're gonna be removing from the head unit. And I wanted to start with these clips to get these clips out of the way. Like I said, you're gonna be using needle nose pliers. Okay. Now you want to start taking this whole unit apart. You want to start taking all of this apart. So yeah, that's for the airbag module. Put that to the side. Get rid of this. Before anything, you're gonna want to fix these clips, okay? Make sure they're bent correctly, and also you want these. You want to bend back down the. You want to bend the clips back down so they could look like this. Okay. You do that with all of them. Before we put all these clips in, we're gonna install the modules here. So first, we gotta get this in there. But to get the screws in, you're gonna have to loosen these screws here. So I'm gonna get my little screwdriver set. And what you want to do is you want to be able to slide these apart. So you're gonna first take one screw out. The other screw out. Loosen this one. Boom. Get that out of the way. And now we can get these screws back in there. Alright, so that's how it's going to look after you install it and put all those screws in. Now we're going to attach the AC heating unit control. Look at that. That looks much better. We're going to put that on using the existing screws. So real quick, guys, I just wanted to give you a view of all this. These are the screws that I put in. This is what I moved to the side. This is where we put the existing screws. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now these clips go right here. Okay? Goes all the way around. All right? So this is what it's going to look like after you put the clips on. Those are the clips installed. I was left with 2. I am trying to look around here to see if there's anywhere to put those 2, and there isn't right now. All right. Start moving on to the connections of these cables. So here we go. Okay. This is gonna be for the AC unit. 1, 2. That's the AC unit. Click, click. Now we're gonna start connecting everything else. This I'm gonna leave alone for now. So yeah, I'm gonna be putting this ground right here where the screw goes for the previous unit where it was mounted. That bracket, I'm gonna just put that there. These are all the cables. This is where all your hard work pays off. I'm gonna start connecting everything as I see it. So I'm gonna start with the side closest to me. So this is the radio wire. Clicked in. Like I said, I gotta figure this pink part out. I'll get to that in another video. Now I'm gonna connect the GPS antenna wire, which is right here, blue on blue. Boom, boom. I'm just gonna go ahead and move on to the harness part, which is gonna be down here. Trying to do this as neat as possible so I don't confuse you guys. All right, so this is the harness part. It's cold, so these wires are like stiff. Okay, so everything is a different size, so there's no need for you to worry. I am just observing the pieces. So boom, boom. This looks like this would connect here. I've been wrong before. Nope. All right, so then, since it doesn't fit there, I'm gonna connect it here. Look at that. And boom, that clicked. You heard that click, click, click. Just trying to keep everything in order and out of the way. Now we just got to connect my USB. This is going to be for the Android Auto and the Android Auto and the Apple CarPlay. So I know I put this to the side, but it seems to me like I'm going to have to fish it under, just so I don't break anything, because I am clumsy. All right, here we go. Look, Android Auto. See that plug? See this plug, that plug? And here we go. That is in there. Now we got to test everything out. Make sure I plugged everything in. Ground. For safety reasons, I'm gonna go ahead and screw the ground in now. All right, the ground is in. And now I am going to fire this bad boy up. Let me get to the driver's side. All right, we're gonna fire her up. I'm gonna try to get all these cables in here just so I can get enough room to at least fire her up. I'm in no way, shape, or form installing her yet. I just want to see that she is operable. All right, so far my AC seems like it's working. My wipers still work. Okay, my steering wheel controls still work. She's firing up. She is on. She did turn on. Let me make sure. definitely getting air. I'm most definitely getting air. Let me see if the radio works. So we reached the end. The unit is working. The radio is working. Presets are working. Everything's working. GPS is working. So now comes the final touch, which is to tape everything up. Okay, make sure you tape everything up that can unplug. Everything that clicks is pretty much good, but everything else, tape it up. Okay. Tape everything up that can unplug or cause a spark. Don't forget to ground your wire. See these bolts back here? We got that bolt right there. That bolt right there. I believe is 8mm. You gotta tighten them. You gotta put all these screws back. And remember I spoke to you about that washer. The washer is supposed to go. The washer is supposed to go right. The washer is supposed to go right there, but I noticed that it's secure for me. For you, you might need the washer. That's why I said you needed the washer. But make sure you put these screws back, because these screws hold the bracket pieces to the actual to the previous unit, but it also holds the components in here. So just make sure you put that all back. Once all that is complete, you make sure you put your clips in. There's 6 on the sides, 3 and 3, and then there's, I believe, another 2 or 3 on the bottom. Make sure everything's secure. Now what you want to do is put everything back. So you're gonna grab your wires and put them in nicely where they'll fit without pinching. Alright, I'm looking on both sides, making sure everything's gonna go in. Okay. Alright, that's ready to go in. I know that this. I'm just lining it all up before I do the final push. There's like a little lip here. Just make sure that you attach to that lip. And pretty much everything will snap into place. So here we go. If I did this right, it'll all snap into place. Would you look at that? Boom. I ran my little line from an Android plug. This bad boy back together. This also helps hold the unit in. So these are things you gotta definitely be aware of. Final steps. I'm not gonna take this off. I bought a screen protector from Amazon for this, so I bought a little screen protector for this from Amazon, so I'm gonna definitely install it. But overall, I like the way it looks. Now I could put back everything. This was a hell of a build, people. Crazy, crazy build. Alright guys, I wanted to thank you very much for being patient on this this little build here. If you have any questions, any comments, anything, please subscribe, like, and comment. I'll definitely answer any questions. If you want me to do a follow-up video on anything that I missed, if you guys have any questions, of course, hit the comment section. I'm definitely gonna answer as soon as I could, and I'll make these videos promptly. It was freezing down there, so it was a crazy experience not being able to turn the car on and just dealing with the weather and trying to be efficient, trying to be correct, because this is my first time doing this and I'm just going with the flow. I actually learned from watching a video in Italian. No, I had to keep replaying the video over and over, but I learned, and now I'm passing the knowledge on to you guys. Again, this could be done on a Nissan Rogue from 2014 all the way to 2022, pretty much. It's all the wiring harnesses and everything else that you will have to communicate with Dasaita.com, and they will answer any questions. Again, I advise you go through Amazon. I'm going to tell you, if you order through them, although you're going to get the same support, I believe, if you buy it from Amazon. But if you go through them, you're going to wait a while. And then if there's something missing, you have to wait for them to mail it. So go through them, find out the information, and then hit Amazon, buy it. You're covered with Amazon. You can always return the items to Amazon and things like that. But ask them any question. They want customers, and the units are legit. You guys take care. Any questions you have, like I said, like, subscribe, hit the comments. Take it easy. Peace.